By combining chocolate chips and coffee, I've created the most powerful cookie in the world! Mwahahaha! Hello, my dears. Buttercup the Baking Spaniel here, and today I have a wonderfully bold recipe to share with you all. Everyone loves chocolate chip cookies, right? But what if we could make them more powerful than ever before? I have done just that with my chocolate chip espresso cookies. Goodness gracious, we better get to work. One of our very bold ingredients in these cookies is brown butter. If you remember my recipe on maple spice cookies, brown butter is often used to enhance baking recipes with its rich, almost nutty aroma and flavor. Let's make some now. Place 1 cup of butter, chopped into small pieces, into a saucepan. Place on a medium heat and allow the butter to melt completely. Once your butter has all melted, it will begin to look a bit foamy on top. Stir constantly during this time to keep your butter from burning. Continue cooking and stirring until your butter turns a golden color and you start to see dark brown specks settling at the bottom of the pan. Those specks are the milk solids separating out. That's what we want. You will also start to notice a lovely nutty aroma forming. Once you reach this step, pour your butter carefully into a heat-proof bowl to cool, making sure to include all those little brown specks as well. Set this aside to cool slightly while we work on the rest of the dough. In a medium bowl, combine 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Whisk together well. In a separate bowl, we will combine our brown butter, and the star of the show, 5 teaspoons of espresso powder. Oh gosh, does that smell amazing! Mix these until well combined. Add in 1/2 cup of sugar and 3/4 cups of dark brown sugar. You can also use light brown sugar if you prefer. But in keeping with the bold theme of this cookie, I definitely prefer to use dark brown sugar in mine. Give these a good whisk until they are very well mixed. Next, add in 2 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and mix well. If you could smell this right now, it's unbelievable. Now we will add our flour mixture in 2 additions, stirring until just combined between each addition. I've made a very grave error. So, I'm very embarrassed to admit, but I made a little mistake earlier in the recipe. When I said 1 cup of butter, that was correct. However, I added in 1 stick of butter. A stick of butter is a 1/2 cup of butter. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I made that mistake. So we've whipped up another 1/2 cup of brown butter. We're going to add it in now. This is not recommended, but we're going to see how it works out. How embarrassing. And last but not least, fold in 1 cup of chocolate chips. I really do think dark or semi-sweet chocolate chips complement this recipe the best, in my humble opinion. Now, I would recommend chilling your dough for at least 1 hour. It will really bring out the flavors in the cookies. Now that our dough is chilled, we can bake our cookies. Prepare a baking sheet by lining it with parchment paper. Then scoop heaping tablespoons of dough onto the baking sheet. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 13 minutes. Cool on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes, then transfer to a wire rack to finish cooling. Oh my gosh, don't these look amazing? These incredible cookies pack a punch for sure. The brown butter, dark brown sugar, chocolate, and espresso all combine into one amazingly delicious cookie. Be careful not to eat too many or you'll be up all night. I hope you loved this recipe as much as I do. If coffee and chocolate are your thing, be sure to check out my recipe on mocha cupcakes. Much love to all of you. Until next time, mwah! I've made a grave error.
What?
I did a half cup of butter and not a 1 cup of butter.
Oh.
I just realized, I'm like, this is gonna be too thick. Why is it so thick? Oh my gosh, how did I do this?
I don't know.
This is the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Oh no.